For centuries, they told us the pyramids of Giza were just tombs for pharaohs, lavish, oversized graves for the rulers of ancient Egypt. But what if that was a lie? What if the greatest cover-up in human history is about to be exposed? In 2025, a disturbing truth is emerging, and it will shatter everything you thought you knew about our past. Let's start with the facts. They don't want you to know. No mummies were ever found inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Not one. Archaeologists have searched for centuries, but the sarcophagus in the king's chamber was always empty. Another thing, there's no soot from torches on the walls or ceilings of the inner passage. The corridors are pitch black, yet there's no evidence of any light source. And strangest of all, unlike every other Egyptian tomb, there are no hieroglyphs, no carvings telling the story of a great king's journey to the afterlife. It's completely bare. Think about that. The most magnificent structure of the ancient world, and there's no record of who built it or why. It's because the Great Pyramid wasn't a tomb. It was never meant to be. It was a machine, a colossal, wireless power plant designed for a purpose we are only just beginning to understand. A machine that was deliberately turned off thousands of years ago, and now it might be turning back on. The secret started to unravel when science gave us a way to see through stone, using advanced muon tomography, which is like an X-ray using cosmic rays. Scientists from the Scan Pyramids project made a groundbreaking discovery. Deep inside the pyramid's massive structure, hidden above the Grand Gallery, they found a void, a huge, empty space, at least 30 meters long, a chamber that nobody knew existed. They officially named it the Big Void, or the Scan Pyramids Big Void. It was a stunning announcement that shook the world of Egyptology. But then, things got strange. Access to the area was quietly restricted. The official explanation was for further study and preservation. But why the secrecy? Why is the military now seen guarding the entrances to these newly mapped zones? Whispers and leaked reports from anonymous sources on the inside paint a much more bizarre picture. They suggest that this hidden chamber isn't empty at all. It doesn't contain gold or scrolls. It contains a vibration, a low, persistent hum, a sound that, according to these leaks, hasn't stopped for over 4,000 years. The most chilling claim is what happens when you enter this vibrational field. The reports allege that the sound frequency inside this chamber interacts directly with human biology. Time itself seems to warp. People who have allegedly been inside claim a strange sensation of temporal distortion, that their biological clocks begin to slow down. Is this an ancient rejuvenation technology, or something far more dangerous? The authorities are silent, but the evidence of a massive cover-up is mounting. They're not just hiding a room, they're hiding a fundamental law of physics that our civilization has forgotten. To understand how this is possible, you have to look at what the pyramid is made of. It's not just a pile of rocks, it's a masterpiece of engineering and material science. The structure consists of over 2 million blocks of limestone and granite. The inner chambers, including the king's chamber, are constructed entirely from massive blocks of Aswan granite. This is crucial because granite is rich in quartz crystal, and quartz has a very special property known as piezoelectricity. When you put quartz crystal under pressure, it generates an electric charge. Now, imagine the entire weight of the pyramid, millions of tons, pressing down on these granite chambers packed with quartz. You have a massive piezoelectric generator. The structure itself is a giant battery. The ancient builders even insulated the electrical charge. The main body is limestone, a fantastic insulator, but they used a specific type of limestone that, when wet, becomes a conductor. The pyramid was originally encased in highly polished Tura limestone, making it shine like a beacon. And it gets deeper. The pyramid's 4 sides are perfectly aligned to the cardinal points north, south, east, and west. with an accuracy that modern builders would struggle to replicate. Furthermore, the shafts extending from the king's and queen's chambers are not for ventilation. They point directly to specific constellations. The southern shaft of the king's chamber, for instance, aligns perfectly with the star Alnetek in Orion's belt. Was this an astronomical calendar? Or was it an antenna, a targeting system designed to communicate with someone or something out there? The alternative theory is even more frightening. What if this immense power source wasn't for communication, but for defense? A weapon of unimaginable power. Some theorists suggest that this global energy grid, possibly centered in Giza, became unstable. Its misuse or malfunction could have triggered the cataclysms described in ancient myths: the great floods, the sudden pole shifts, the fall of a golden age. The builders didn't just turn it off. They had to save the world from their own creation. The pyramid isn't a monument to a king. It's a monument to a technology so powerful it nearly destroyed everything. This brings us to today. The official narrative from the Egyptian government is that access to the pyramid's lowest chambers, the subterranean chamber carved into the bedrock, is restricted for safety reasons. They cite structural instability and a lack of oxygen. But local guides and people living in the shadow of the pyramids tell a different story. They speak of strange phenomena that have become more frequent in recent years. Unexplained blue lights, like plasma discharges, are seen arcing from the very tip of the pyramid during intense desert storms. It's as if the structure is drawing energy from the atmosphere, gathering power. The machine might be waking up. The persistent hum in the hidden chamber, the electrical discharges, the increasing military presence, these aren't isolated incidents. They're signs that the dormant power plant is slowly coming back online. What will happen when it reaches full power? We don't know. The builders left no instruction manual. We are not ready for what it was built for, and we are certainly not ready for what it might be calling back to Earth. So, what do you believe? Was this incredible structure built with copper chisels and brute force by tens of thousands of slaves just to house a dead king who was never placed inside? Or is it a relic of a lost, highly advanced civilization, a technology we are only just beginning to rediscover? Look up at the stars tonight. Find Orion's belt and think about the shafts of the Great Pyramid pointing directly at it. Tell me your theory in the comments below. What is the real purpose of the pyramids? If you want to uncover more truths that have been buried by history, make sure you subscribe to the Dark Archives. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching.